Hey everyone. Okay, so we went through our SMART goals. So now we're going to talk about how to actually accomplish some of the key aspects for the double axel with some off-ice techniques. So one of the things we want to talk about for double axel is strong hip control. So a lot of times when we take off on the double axel, as you might know from your coaches explaining this to you on the ice too, a lot of times the mistakes happen at the beginning of the jump. So it's not necessarily the in-air position or the landing that causes the fall. It might actually be the way that you enter from the back edge to the step in that causes a little bit of a shift, which ultimately results you in leaning on the axle and then falling over. So we need to really discuss hip stability, and hip stability is trained the most off the ice. On the ice, you do not have that much time to think about holding and stabilizing your hip. If you have that natural ability to hold your hips still while everything is moving through, that is fantastic. But also you should still be training the glute muscles to really help activate so you can increase power as you develop into the triple jumps as well. So what do I mean by hip stability? Hip stability is all about engaging the core while the hips stay still as the upper body is isolating on the left side. It's a very complex kind of thing, but as you step into it, if you can see as I press through, I need to actually hit this position really strong for a quick instant second while I keep it there to move it forward and over. And what happens so frequently is that the skater pushes in and that hip starts to release early onto the takeoff, which ultimately causes a shift in the balance and it moves the jump on an angle. So we need to really strengthen that hip stability first for the takeoff on the double axel. The next thing I want to talk about on the double axel is the follow through with the arms. A lot of times we talk a lot about the legs, but in skating at least 10% is done with upper body strength as well. So the arms need to be really narrow on that train track to push through and get over into that quick twitch. So there's lots of exercises you can train for core stability strengthening through the upper body as well to engage your back muscles to stay still so that your arms don't come wide like the chicken wings or even wider with the whole hand swinging. Lots of funny things that happen when we take off with the arms, right? So we need to really feel this narrow push through that comes right into rotation, and that is all off-ice training, developing the upper back strength, developing the triceps, biceps, shoulders, stability, everything that comes along with maintaining strong control and mobility in the shoulders, very important for all the jumps. And then the third aspect of the double axel, of course, we talk about jump height. How many times have you heard, I need to jump higher on the double axel? Again, all of this can be trained on the floor off ice. We have tons of classes for jump height plyometrics, core stability for the hips. We have upper body conditioning exercises. Everything that you possibly need for that double axel should be trained on the floor first so that you have no excuse on the ice to say like, well, I've done everything, I still can't get that double axel. You can get that double axel. You need to put a lot of effort into it with the off-ice training to make sure the body is properly aligned before you get on the ice. And then that double axel is going to come a lot faster.